questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so this is a response to a couple of the responses, two of the responses to my last video tirade. And it was a tirade, and I'm a little bit embarrassed about some of the moments in it. I'm not embarrassed about anything I said. I'm only embarrassed about the way I said a couple of things. So one of the things I want to respond to has to do with my pronunciation of the state of O. Now, pronunciations of places really should be governed by the people who live there, not by us who don't live there, not by we who don't live there, but by they who live there. And they don't pronounce the state of O Oregon. They don't say that. Okay, so let's talk about how they say it. Oregon, 2 syllables. The middle syllable is not pronounced. That's the best I can do being a foreigner of the state of Oregon. Maybe there's a more subtle way of getting it correct, but that's the best I can do to correct my my error about that. Now, the second thing I want to address is the statement that I made that wine is something that is grown, that you grow wine. And someone pointed out you don't grow wine, you grow grapes. And of course, he would have admitted you grow other things too, like peaches and tomatoes. He wasn't saying you only grow grapes. He was saying you don't grow wine, okay? Because you don't go to a grapevine and find this, hanging on it, and pull it off, and there's your wine. No, you get grapes from a grapevine, and that's what you're actually growing. The wine requires some process after you have harvested the grapes. In fact, not even after. Harvesting is part of the process. After the grapes have grown, after you're done growing them, the wine requires some process so that you have something like this. And so this was a misstatement on my part. However, even the misstatement reflected my ignorance about just the lingo of wine, and reflects my complete lack of knowledge about wine. It does. However, it was not such a stupid thing to say. Because, you see, there are those who think that the growing of wine, or the growing of grapes and the making of wine, are very different things. One is about growing a grape, and the other one is about making a wine. And then there are others who think that they're not so very different at all, and that the job of the grower of grapes, once the grapes are grown, is to get out of the way so that the wine can find itself in a bottle like this. Now, I know it doesn't just find itself in a bottle, and it's not just magic, but for many centuries there has been a sort of gravitational pull of these grapes into vessels like these, and it's worked pretty well. And there are people who think that, there are new things under the sun, and those new things should be introduced into these bottles, and there are those who think that. And there are those who think there is nothing new under the sun, and there you have it. And that is my follow-up on my tirade. I hope no one was deeply, deeply offended by this, but I hope that some people will be a little bit offended, and good night.